Hello folks, how you doing? Hope you're all okay. Just bear with me while I set this up. Right folks, how you doing? Hope everybody is well. I thought I would do a quick live to talk about seeds and other things and stuff. I don't know if anybody is about today. Oh, there is. Hello. How you doing, Ashley? You're okay? So I've got my live chat on my laptop, but there is a slight delay, so just bear with me when they come through. But yeah, I am having a beer, having a relaxing Sunday afternoon. Is the sound and everything okay? Ashley, bear with me, see if I check it. Is the sound and everything okay? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. So yeah, I thought I'd have a quick chat, just simply because I was a little bit bored really, having a nice relaxing one. I was watching the football and stuff yesterday, didn't do much in the garden. The weather seems to be improving now in the UK, which is quite nice. I mean, looking out of the window, it looks like a pretty decent day. Really and truthfully, I should be out there planting stuff, but my back's giving me a bit of grief, so yeah, it is what it is. Sounds good, awesome. Beer of choice today, I don't know if anyone can see that, is that one. Anybody who watches my other channel, if you search for Shropshire Dad, you will see that occasionally I post beer reviews of beer that I like. This one's pretty nice. Oh, I do quite like a beer on a Sunday. So who's there? Still in bed? Tired to check. Yeah, I almost stayed in bed today, but in the end I thought I'd get up. I just wanted to chill out today. Bit of a sore back. Did a bit of walking yesterday, that probably a bit too much. Proving. Oh no, buffering. I'm buffering. I don't know why I buffer so much, even though I'm on the Wi-Fi. Madness. So, 2 people in the chat. I didn't think there'd be very many because I always do my chats completely randomly. Just see how the day goes really and see if I want to go live. So, I'll talk about seeds, shall I? Got my massive selection of seeds, which I have sorted out into these pots. If you can see in here, I have tons of seeds, loads, which were all reduced in the sale last year, and I've now sorted them out as to what I'm going to plant this year. Well, no, sorry, rephrase that. These are what I'm going to plant in the next month to 5-6 weeks. So I have wildflowers here. No, I'm going. Making a liar of me. Right, in here I have wildflowers and flowers that I can just scatter around the allotment, around the garden. It has stopped raining. It's a nice day here. Yeah, it's pretty good. So I've got calendula. Not even going to attempt to pronounce that. More calendula. Some red bee mix, some yellow bee mix, and some blue bee mix, and then some mixed bee mix. And the idea with these is you just sprinkle them around. It says here, sow outdoors, March, April, May. So I'll sprinkle these around the garden, around the allotment. You don't need to put them in trays. Sow thinly in flowering position, in rows, 18 inches apart. Cover lightly with fine soil. Firm, gently, and keep moist. So you just sprinkle them as and when. I've got some poppies. I have a few packets of cornfield mix, which is quite nice. I don't know if you can get the picture on there. Is that? when it starts buffering. It's a selection of flowers that the bees love. I've got some, I don't know what you'd call them, can mixed poppies. They're like quite a frilly selection of poppies. They look quite nice. I've got, can't pronounce that, Facelia, maybe, Facelia, PH, yeah, maybe. More calendula, and then climbing plant mix. So they're to be done in the next few weeks, just sprinkled around randomly, which should help the old birds, the bees, the butterflies, and everything else out. Then I've got these flowers to sow, and these are flowers that need to be done either indoors or in the greenhouse and need a little bit more care. Can't really just throw these at soil as much. So these will be all sown in seed trays, a bit like my last video, probably in cardboard tubes and stuff, and be dotted around the garden once they're well established. So I've got some cosmos. Nicotania, no idea, I'm rubbish with names. Marigold, one of my kitsch favourites. I love a marigold. Excuse me. Scabious. I should stop pronouncing these, shouldn't I? Zinnias. Pansies. Put these back in there. Sweet peas. Begonias. More cosmos. Something called stock. I don't know whether that's a typo. Stock 10-week mix. Okay. Petunias. More cosmos. Then I have these, which are, yeah, it's a really good one, isn't it? How do you pronounce that? Go on. Mesembri. More sweet peas. I've got some foxgloves. I know they're poisonous for kids and stuff, but they're poisonous for everyone if you eat them. But and obviously you've got to be careful with kids with foxgloves. We've got to be careful with kids with most plants, to be fair. There are a lot of plants that are poisonous if you eat them. But I like a foxglove. I really do. Bees love them as well. Lupins. Lupin's probably one of my favourite flowers. I do like a lupin. I don't have many in the garden either, but I do appreciate a lupin. Some off-white, yellowy marigolds. They should be nice. And then some lobelia. Tried to grow it last year for the rockery. Had an absolute mare. So then I gave up. So I'm going to try again this year. So how's everyone doing with the sowing? I imagine in Australia and in Maryland. Is that's Maryland's Georgia? Is it Georgia? Something like that. I imagine your weather's pretty decent at the moment. I could start a flower nursery. You're right. That was like, the receipt's in the bottom of the bag somewhere, but it's money's worth of seeds, and they were all reduced, so it cost me about 12 quid or something, because they were reduced from £2 a packet to about between 10 and 20p a packet. So you know they were like 90% off basically, or more. Yeah, it was ridiculous. So I stocked up basically. And most of the dates on these are like 2022, 2023. So you know that's probably all my seeds now for the next few years for £12. So what's that equate to in like American money? That's like, it's probably the equivalent of like $270 worth of seeds for what, $15, something like that. So yeah, bit of a saving. Oh, Maryland's a state north of Georgia. See, I always thought Maryland was a place. I didn't realise it was a state. There you go, learn something new every day. Next time we're in a pub quiz and they ask you to name American states, I'll know that Maryland is a state. The only thing I know about Maryland is it's didn't Elvis Presley sing about it? Was he from Maryland? Was he? I know obviously blues. Oh, who's there? Hi from Manchester. Cheers, Tom. You'll appreciate a nice real ale, I imagine, if you're from Manchester. Right, so veggies to sow this month. I meant to do my video, which was what to sow on January, February, March, April, all the way through the year. And I got so busy with random things that I didn't do Marches, and I'm already in March. And part of me thinks, should I do it? Should I not do it? But I do want to do it just as like a record of like what to sow throughout the year. But so many other YouTubers are doing it. Like Liz at By the Farm does it, and she's got so many more subscribers, and obviously she's going to give that information out to so many more people than me. Part of me thinks like, am I just polishing a turd? So I might get back on it, I might not, I might just carry on doing what I'm doing. So yeah, I've got some red cabbage. These I tried them a couple of years ago and they didn't do very well, so I'm going to try them again. I think it was me. I think I put them in the wrong place. I think the soil was too rich and it needs to be more sandy. So yeah, these are like Harlequin carrots, because a lot of people don't know that orange carrots are actually man-made. A carrot's not really man-made. They're like white and purple, so you get different coloured carrots. So I'm going to give those a go. Got spring onions. They'll go in probably this week because I need to start eating spring onions. Because it's, you know, they're something that grows quite quickly. More cabbage. Now I've got some turnips. Now I'm not a big lover of turnips to eat. They're okay in a stew, but I'm not mad for turnips. I'm more of a Swede kind of guy. But again, 10p a packet, so I got some and I thought I'd try them. And the worst case scenario, I'll give them to a food bank or something, or dish them out to neighbours or whatever, and just see what they're like. And you never know, maybe homegrown turnips. Maybe these varieties, Snowball and Purple Top Milan, maybe they're tastier. I don't know. I just find turnips a bit meh. Right, get on that chat. Elvis is not from Marianne, but he might be living here now. Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, yeah, right, yeah, Memphis, Tennessee. Hello. Is it stalled? Have I gone offline? I apologise for this buffering. I don't know why it always buffers. No idea. But you're not too far from the fires. Oh, I hope you're okay. We watching that on the news in the UK, and it was mad, craziness. It's hard to think of a world where that can happen, really. But I suppose maybe it was just strange because it was happening in, you know, what you'd consider to be a Western culture. I imagine it happens in the third world all the time. We don't get to see it on the news, and we're probably not bothered, which is horrible. And then because it happens to a predominantly white country with, you know, Western ideologies, you think to yourself, "Oh my God, that's so scary." When in fact it's probably happening all over. I just feel for people in these disasters, don't you? Like, you want to call them a natural disaster, but are they really natural? Is it to do with climate change? Is it to do with arsons? Is it, you know, you just think to yourself, it's just crap in it. Yeah, I felt really, you know, just whenever you see those things on the TV, it's horrible, absolutely horrible. So I hope you're well. Hi, Bri. How you doing, mate? You okay? Cheers, Bri. I thought you'd appreciate a beer, mate. So yeah, got some basil. This is really old. This is 2011. Those seeds. So we're going to see if they germinate. More cabbage. Parsnips. I do like parsnip. You always get far too many seeds in the pack. These seeds are good till 2023 apparently, because they're an F1 type. Normally parsnip seeds only last 12 months. So I'll probably only sow half that packet, and I will eat a few because I'm the only one in my house that eats them, and then I'll dish them out to friends. I've still got some parsnips in the ground actually though. I've got to dig up. I have one last stew before the weather gets too nice. Oh, I've got some lettuce which was sent to me free from Mr. Fothergills. they'll be sown as well. More lettuce, some sprouts. I need to grow more sprouts because my other half, keeps buffering. Sorry, I need to grow more sprouts because my other half loves them, and we all love sprouts, but I never seem to have much luck with sprouts. I got some bog standard carrots, Nantes, and I've had these before, and they seem to grow really well for me. And then I've got these ones, Chantenay, and again, grown those before. These tend to grow really well for me, so fingers crossed. So that's my seeds for the month, folks, plus my seed potatoes, which are down there in a box. Just give me a second. I'm going to see if my settings are okay on this video to see why it's buffering. Oh, excuse me, that's better. No, it's I'm on the Wi-Fi. I don't know. I'm in my lounge, and I mean I play Xbox, and I have very little problem with lag or buffering, and yet whenever I do a live, it buffers, and I've got something like 70 gigabyte internet, so don't ask, no idea. Right, get back to the chat. See what everyone's up to. Gladiator parsnips. Never wait for frost before I use them. You can just pop them in the freezer. A lot of people don't. I mean, we've hardly had a frost this year in the UK, haven't we? Really. So all I did when I wanted parsnips in like November, December for stews, and we hadn't had a frost. I just pulled them up. I give them a quick wipe over, put them in a plastic bag, and I popped them in the freezer for a night, and they were fine. They were great, absolutely perfect. So yeah, seed potatoes. My daughter's switch out of the way. Oh, has this box gone up? Oh. Oh. So here we have my box of seed potatoes. I've got a variety called Setanta, but they're all. I don't think I've got a main crop because I don't normally use main crop. They're all earlies or first earlies. They've got Setanta, bar from this one here, and they've already started to chit in the bag. I don't chip my potatoes, I just leave them and then get them in the ground. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to lift them out because they've... But that's Yukon Gold. Yukon Gold is a fantastic potato. It's amazing. I've had Yukon Gold now for the last 2 to 3 years. I tried them in a trial pack 3 years ago, and they were ace in pots in my allotment. No slug damage. Yeah, they were ace in my pots. No slug damage. Very little blight. They were really, really good, basically. So I thought I'd give them a go again the following year. So I ordered more, and I had another massive bumper crop. Then I had them last year, and I had a huge crop of them, and they just kind of look after themselves. I don't know the origins of them. Yukon Gold, you want to say that they're obviously been bred for like a hard climate, don't they? Like Alaska and northern Canada and all that kind of area, but they're really, really good, and they're big, yellow, fleshy potatoes. They make amazing chips, awesome mashed potatoes. You can use them for anything. They're not 100% waxy, not 100% floury. They're somewhere in the middle, but if you're a cook, they're really, really good. Yeah, highly recommend Yukon Gold. I had to get them from a place called Quick Crop, which I think is in Ireland. I've used them a few times now, really good. New customers get a £5. I'm not sponsored by them. They didn't send me freebies. I paid for these potatoes, but they're a really, really good company. So try Quick Crop. It's really good. You want some Aryan pilots? Oh, okay. I have mixed results with them, to be fair. Right, cool. Right, so I hope everyone's well. Anyway, like I said, I thought I'd do a live. I didn't know if anyone would be about today on a Sunday because, well, you know, it's a nice day. You'll all be down your allotment. You'll all be planning, I suppose, and planting, and this, that, and the other. But it's buffering again. Yeah, I apologise for this buffering. I don't know why it's working. Second early area plants for a big spud. Yeah, maybe I should give them a go again, because last time I grew them, it was in the ground, and my allotment's just clay soil, loads of slugs. It just, nothing seems to grow potato wise well in the ground. Maybe I should try aerium pilots in pots again. The only problem is with potatoes and pots and having a main crop as such. I know you said second early, is it's having them through the height of the summer and having to keep watering them all the time. And that's why I tend to grow earlies and second earlies, but and try and get them, harvest my potatoes before we get into that August kind of heat kind of thing. I thought early main etc. just had to do when they were planted. Other varieties. So you're late to do. You're late to do bad in your bed because of slugs. Yeah, slugs are a pain, aren't they? Pain in the bum. Hate slugs. They're after wasps. Slugs are the next animal that I dislike. Although, to be fair, since I've been leaving weedy areas down the allotment, I don't get a lot of slug problems, because I find the slugs just go and eat the dandelions, which is cool. I'm happy with that. That's fine. I sometimes find that if you have an area that's too clean, you encourage more slugs, because the slugs have nothing else to eat. So they're going to eat your lettuce, or they're going to eat your potatoes, or they're going to eat because there's nothing else for them to eat in that area. So if you leave a few nettles, you leave a few dandelions, you leave that, there's things for the slugs to eat. Because all the slugs want is a tender little nice shoots. That's what they want, and they love them. And if you leave a load of dandelions about, and you leave, other weeds, the slugs just munch on that, and they're quite happy to eat that. So it's like everything, isn't it? Things have got to eat, and if you take away their food, they're going to eat your food. Simple. So who else is about then in the chat? I know a few dropped in, a few dropped out. Has everyone said hello? Yeah. I'm just catching up on what people have said. I think it's mostly... Oh, what else was I going to talk about today? I had it all planned out in my head, and then I started drinking beer, and it all went to pot. But yeah, no, seeds, March, potatoes. Oh yeah, as you've seen from my video, I put my pumpkins, cucumbers, butternut squash, patty pan, chilies, tomatoes are all in on my windowsill, and there's some down here somewhere. You probably see them behind the Spitfires. These are going to go in the allotment, by the way. I was messing around with some old Airfix kits that I got, and I plan on sticking them on, gluing them onto sticks and putting them on the allotment. So yeah, yeah. So I've got all those in, so I feel like I'm geared up now. I feel like I'm ready to go. In a way, I've caught up. I was out in the garden a couple of weeks ago, and I weeded my pots, and I planted more bulbs. And I used some compost at the raised beds to top up some of the pots that obviously over the last 12 months the levels go down, don't they? And so I feel like I'm there. I think, wait there, wait, don't go anywhere. Right, I'm back. Look what I bought yesterday. Belgian beer. Belgian beer. Woo! Well, it's not really Belgian beer. It's Belgian style beer. I'll be drinking that later. So, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I did my pots, and so they're all good to go. My raised beds at home, they just need topping up, so they're good to go. I need to cut the lawns. Need to cut the hedge. I know I'm pushing it with the hedge. It's not going to get massacred, so don't worry about the birds. It's just going to get a trim, and then it's just going to get a select pruning on some of the things I want to come out. And the birds aren't nesting there yet because I've checked. And then there is what else have I done? I need to get the bark down my allotment but I'm getting someone to do that for me when I've got the money to pay them. So I feel like I'm on top. All the water, all the weather we've had. Else, I think I'm good. I think I'm set, and I'm quite happy now. I'm getting there. What makes it Belgian? I imagine it's the yeast normally with beer. Different countries have different types of yeast. Um, and obviously with the water makes a big difference in the beer in the way beer tastes. So I imagine they've used Belgian water and Belgian yeast to make a beer that's brewed in the Belgian style. That is if I use my geeky beer head. Yeah. So if you want to know more about my geeky beer head, like I said, have a look on my Shropshire Dad YouTube channel. It's only tiny, but I do the occasional beer reviews because I do like a pint or a half pint. Oh, that's good, Brian. If you're ahead, mate, yeah, it's really good. Sometimes in our heads, and when I mean our, I mean like society, I don't mean just me and you, we can feel like we're behind because we watch other people around us so far ahead, and we think, oh, we've got to keep up with the Joneses, and then you sit back and you look at it and you calculate everything, and you take stock and you think to yourself, actually, I'm not behind. It's just that these other people are way ahead. I'm actually bang on, and sometimes being bang on is exactly where you want to be because you don't want to be too far ahead or too far behind, and just being where you are is perfect. Sometimes next week I'll be on the plot. New tools. Oh, cool. That sounds good. If you're making a video, mate, I'll have to watch that. So many people now I follow on YouTube, and it's like dipping in and out of videos. And obviously you have your favourites, and then you discover new people. And if I watched everybody's videos, I would never get anything done. So I tend to like dip in and out of people, and I miss what things are going on. And sometimes you feel really rude because you think, oh my god, I haven't watched such and such videos for like 3 weeks. And you realise, well, yeah, because I've been doing my own thing. Oh, it's buffering again. Stop buffering. What have I missed? What makes it better? So you two know each other from Lizzie's live chats. That's really cool. That is. That's really good. I like things like that. I like this little YouTube community that we have going on. And yeah, I used to speak to Liz quite a lot. I suppose she's been busy over the last 12 months, and so have I. I still message Eric every now and again, but you just kind of like you get on with your own thing sometimes, and then before you know it, it's been like a month and you haven't spoken to anybody. That's just life, isn't it? I suppose it's just like you have friends from school that you get on really well with, and then you go to college, and then, and you fall out. It's like of link, not fall out with them, but you fall out a link with them. What's the word? What's the word? I suppose you just move on, and then you get college friends, and then you go to university, and then before you know it, like your best mate in school, you haven't spoke to for 10 years, and you just think, or your best mate in college, you haven't spoke to, since a year after college. It's just bizarre, but yeah, I suppose that is life. Oh, Brimwood Farm. Yeah, I watch Brimwood Farm. Yeah, it's he's really good. He kind of inspired me to get the chickens down the allotment. I kept chickens before watching his videos at home when I had a different house, and I was allowed chickens, but I'm not allowed chickens at this house. So just it's in the deeds and stuff. So because we rent and I used to own, and long story, but yeah, so I'm not allowed chickens here. So watching his videos, I was like, I'm really gonna get chickens down the allotment. I think I'm gonna do it again. And because I miss chickens, I really did miss them, and they're great little creatures. So yeah, I do like his videos. I would quite like an incubator to hatch some of my own eggs. I know he hatches loads of stuff. I know Liz is hatching loads of stuff at the moment, which is cool. It's just something nice about hatching your own eggs. I've hatched eggs in incubators in the past, and I've also had chickens that have sat on their own eggs and hatched them, and other chickens' eggs. Just something really nice about it, really magical. Always find though, the eggs that are hatched by, excuse me, he inspired you to start gardening. That's really good. That's cool. That is. Yeah, that's excuse me. It's quite gassy, this beer. Yeah, no, it's really good. I think that's the nice thing about YouTube, is that sometimes you can want to do a hobby and you're not quite sure where to start, and with YouTube you can just go on and watch other just normal people, not like Monty Don, not like experts, not doing their hobby with millions of pounds to spend and a TV crew, but you can just watch normal people plodding along, making their mistakes and just doing it, and it's cool. That's kind of how I got into metal detecting. I know obviously I do metal detecting videos as well, and I don't think anyone here is a metal detector, but I wanted to do it. I watched the program on the Discovery Channel, and it was a great program, but it was all like experts and it was all professionals, and they had thousands of pounds worth of kit, and it was like, my God, I'd love to do that, but it's so expensive. Then I stumbled across a metal detecting video by somebody called Digger Dawn, who is hilarious. She's from up north in the UK, and she's got like thousands of subscribers. I mean, I think she's like a full-time metal detecting person now. And I watched her, and she was just doing it with like a machine that cost 200 quid, and I was like, wow, I'm going to give that a go. And that's how I got into metal detecting. And I think that's the great thing about YouTube. When YouTube works well, at the moment there's a few things that are annoying me with YouTube. Nothing personal, just idiots and videos and the far right and all the rest of it, and try and keep politics out of it. But YouTube needs to stamp down on these nutters. But other than that, I think YouTube is a great place for encouraging people to try things, especially try new things as well. Hatching some new plans for the plot. That's all good. Silver Brackle. I have no idea what a silver brackle is. You can't get your scooter through the council barriers. That's crazy, that is. You should speak to your MP. Howdy mate, how you doing? You should speak to your MP about that, because you'd be making them wide enough that a mobility scooter can get through, and obviously just narrow enough, so or they should have a gate system at least somewhere so a scooter can go through but a bike can't, and so on and so forth. Yeah, it might be worth looking into that, mate. Could you do it off a bridge instead? Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe you could do it off a bridge. No. Ah, fair enough. Answers. Oh, can you hear that? There's us talking about no rain, and it's just starting to lash it down. Oh. Madness. Madness. Good job I did stay in there and just decided to drink beer all day. So what have you been up to then, Stu? How have you been? How have you been keeping? Do you still dan off around the world on big floating boats? Floating boats? Yeah, because if a boat doesn't float, it's a submarine or a rock. I'm just being presumptuous then. You are in the Navy, aren't you? Or we're in the Navy, is that right? Or am I just getting you confused with somebody else? I'm doubting myself now. If it wasn't for being a plot holder, you wouldn't be able to get in the park. That's crap. That is. That's really, really rubbish. They should do something. Not been anywhere for months, and it's been a crap winter, hasn't it? We were talking about that 10 minutes ago. It's just absolutely rubbish. It wasn't even a proper winter, was it? It was just a rainy season for like 4 months. It was dreadful. I suppose. Not in the Navy. Why did I think you're in the Navy then? No. For some reason I thought you were in the Navy. Yeah, but not. Yeah. Okay. Smart haircut. Smart haircut. Ah, it's buffering again. Stop buffering. You don't have any tattoos of anchors. Okay. Yeah. Is the dog all right? We'll find out, shall we? Oi, Oliver. What are you doing? You normally come quicker than that. I'm going to pick you up now. Don't yelp. People think I'm beating you. Ready? Coming up. Oh. Okay. Yes. Yes. How you doing? You alright? Yeah. You okay? Yeah, he's fine. He's in naughty books at the moment though, because he keeps trying to trip people up going down the stairs. So we think he's possibly trying to kill us all off, so he can, I don't know, live in the house on his own. So we've had to put a stair gate up at the bottom of the stairs, and he doesn't come upstairs to bed anymore. He sleeps downstairs, which he's not too impressed with, because he normally sleeps on the floor, but at the bottom of our bed. But now he sleeps in his basket downstairs, and he's not too keen on that, are you, Oliver? No, not at all. But he's become really, since my other half started a new job and she's working more, and we've like swapped roles as it were, and she now goes to work and I'm now like house husband. He's been moaning, and he doesn't like the fact that she's gone all day. So what he does is he, and the same with me now, he wanders around and he's like at your ankles all the time. And so we had an incident the other week where my daughter was at the top of the stairs and he was doing the same thing to her, following my daughter around like a lost puppy, and she tripped over him, and she didn't fall down the stairs, but she tripped and she got scared. So we were like, right, you're not going upstairs anymore, because if you're going to act like a tit and start walking around people's ankles when they're going up and down the stairs, then you're staying downstairs because it's safer for everyone. Yeah, I just think he's I don't know. I think the change in circumstances of Mrs. being away and then me being at home more rather than being always down the allotment and whatever else. I just think he's struggling to come to terms with the change. So yeah, yeah. I know dogs can be a pain, I suppose, but you know, he has a role to play. He's like a burglar alarm. He guards the house. Um, you know, he can be quite protective when someone walks up the drive, and that's exactly what he's supposed to do. That's his job. But yeah, he's all right now. It's, I think he's just a sickly dog. I think he just mopes. Genuinely, he's just a bit of a moper, really. He seems to. I wouldn't be surprised if my dog's bipolar, because he goes from absolute lunatic to being mopey, like on a half daily basis. He can just change, and like Hench just then when I called him and he was like in his bed around the corner. He didn't want to come. He's like, I'm in bed. No, I ain't coming. I ain't coming. No, I'm staying here all day. Yeah. And then later on, he'll be bounding around the house and he'll be attacking his blanket and he'll be throwing his ball or whatever he can find in the air, his rats, his toys. So yeah, I think I have a bipolar dog. Right, folks. I think I probably bored you all to death for the last 40 minutes. And I could stay on longer. I could do hours and hours and hours of talking absolute rubbish. Um, but I don't know if that's what everyone wants. And I'm sure there's other lives going on now, isn't there? Um, I'm sure Liz will be on later. 2 o'clock, is it? Liz goes on? I can't remember now. So I might call it a day, if that's alright with you folks. Any questions, ping them up and I'll answer them in the next 5-10 minutes. If not, I am going to bugger off and drink more beer and hopefully watch the football and watch Man United beat Man City. And it's painful for me to say that because I'm a Liverpool fan. But 3 more games to go. 3 more games to go. 3 more games. 3 more games. 3 more games to go. So yeah. I'm sure the Americans and Australians have not got a clue. I can just, which was 30 years ago. I've seen us come close. I've seen us come second. I've seen us lose it by a point. I've never seen us win it. And now we're at a point where if we win 3 more games, we can win the league. And it goes down to 2 games if Man United win today and beat Man City. So come on. Yes. So yeah. And Newcastle are still in the FA Cup, which is shocking because you guys normally go out like 3rd round every year. It's become a bit of a joke, hasn't it, to Newcastle fans? But yeah, madness. I think, isn't Stu a United fan or a City fan? Who do you support, Stu? He might have gone. He might have gone. But yeah, I know that somebody who I follow is a United or City fan. But yeah, I really want Liverpool to win the league. I really, really, really want it. I've seen us win everything, and I can remember it vividly. But to see us win the league, and the fact that it's been 30 years, the fact that as a kid I watched Liverpool win the league, and I heard my mom talk about Liverpool in the league, and then I had to wait my entire adult life almost. Not adult life. I had to wait my entire youth, and I've had my own kids, and I've still not seen Liverpool in the league. And I'm probably going to bore people. I imagine it's going to drop now to loads of people tuning out of my videos. But football's like my religion. It really is. I think I've spoke to you before. I'm not religious. I'm an atheist. And I don't kind of buy into organised religion or anything like that at all. But I'm not against religion as such. I mean, if you're religious, then crack on. Fair play. But football is my religion. It is literally, it's Liverpool Football Club means so much to me in terms of I get goosebumps when I go to the stadium. I haven't been to a few years because I just can't afford tickets. But yeah, I used to go a lot, and yeah, it's the entire time. United or City, how sad. I suppose someone's got to. Funny actually, I said to one of my friends, and I've always said this, that I don't care what my kids do in life as long as they do well and they're happy. I don't care if they decide they want to be gay. I don't care if they decide they want to be trans. I don't care anything about that. And even though I'm an atheist, I don't care if my daughter turns around and says I want to be Catholic. Dislike the most. But I'd be like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Crack on, do it. If my kids turn around and said they wanted to be United or Everton supporters, I think I'd disown them. Yeah, I think I'd possibly kick them out of the house and never speak to them ever again. That's how much it means to me. Right, folks, yeah, I think 45 minutes and now we're on to the subject of football is probably enough for everybody. So what I'm going to do when it stops buffering, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to log off. But thank you all for dropping in, and I hope at least the first 20 minutes of the video was interesting. At least you got to see my seeds and my seed potatoes and what I will be doing the next month. So until then, folks, take care, speak soon, and from me and the dog who's down here under my feet, have a good one. Thank you very much, folks. Ta-ta for now.